Last time on Utopia Podcast, Livy and Zibba decide to venture on their own to search Oetta's home, the dwarven woman who had come into the drunken stump and asked for help finding her missing daughter. Once in the home, they found it had been ransacked, torn to pieces, and Livy and Zibba search about finding footprints, a book that is a journal with letters back and forth between Oetta and Kapa, and a horse that had been missing and left in a hurry. In their deep conversations, they don't notice as High Priestess Guinevere enters the home with a few acolyte and city guard. And as they distract her from their presence, they find frogs and snails that then transform into a type of beast. Livy offers Zibba solace, and they both head back to the drunken stump. That is where we find the party.
Canadian boonies. I really hope you start this podcast. I hope you start off this episode by me saying Canadian boonies.
I mean, we could.
No context.
It would be a power move.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, Ed, Levy, and Avis, you go to bed. It's pretty late. Like we said, you got back to the tavern around like 10:30. There's still some patrons around. Do you all stay up and chat into the evening, or do you just kind of go right to bed once you get up to your room, Livy?
Yeah. I have 1 hit point.
I really don't know if the listeners understand that you did all of that shit at Oetta's house with 1 fucking hit point.
Yep, there it is. Looking at D&D Beyond, I have the literal 1 hit point. Just you like, but now I'm rested, so now I now have
nice.
Oh my god, 13 hit points.
Olivia, you just go
I got
just,
one.
like, collapse on the floor. All right.
Too much.
Yeah, I just like, I grab one of the spare. I'm assuming there's a spare blanket.
Yeah.
There's always a spare blanket in like hotels. One of the spare blankets and one of the extra pillows, and just collapse.
Zibba the comfy bed.
Yeah, I don't think Zibba's gonna go to sleep that quickly though tonight.
All right, Levy, we know you wake up early to journal. Are you doing that in your room, or are you going somewhere else?
No, yeah. They actually. So what happens is they get the rest they need, but they keep on like, I think, waking up. They have a very restful sleep, and they kind of just give up at one point and go to the desk and start writing something down. It's a little bit of a secret. Oh, what is it? And they continue to do that until Zibba gets up, and they stash it away very quickly. I also
need you both to give me perception checks. While you're sleeping / in the morning.
Just to make us uncomfy?
That's, oh my god, that's 14. So I have a 0 on my perception.
That's a 10.
So, that's just a solid 14.
So,
it's beautiful.
Livy, with your 14 and Zibba with your 10 perception checks, you keep sleeping. No, you're not aware of anything.
Wait, I'm not asleep though, because I write until it's freaking light out.
So, cool. Livy, you are up and journaling. Are you trying to be quiet?
Yeah, I think he's trying to be quiet, and as soon as he sees Zibba start waking up, he shoves his paper in his bag. I don't know when I think she wakes up early because she's
Yeah.
a farm girl.
She's waking up early. Doesn't want to, but she'll be like, do I have to do chores today? Like rolls out of bed and like walks up. He goes, she kind of like, because you're probably like crouched over a desk, just like checks you, like, time to get up. We gotta go get the heck. Come on,
Yep.
come on. And just sleepily walks and then runs into the door because she's not actually familiar with the room and she thinks she's in a different place. And that wakes her up. Like, oh, okay, oh, hi, yeah, Livy, we get breakfast?
Sure. I've been up for a bit. You are not in the farm. You are in hotel. It is fine though.
Yeah, I know that. We're on an adventure. You know, sometimes you wake up, habits.
I go to we go down to eat and then think of something to do. Think of plan.
Plan? What are we gonna do? Walk into the church and tell them, hey, everything you're built on is lies? Because that seems like a lot. Not much of an
Well,
adventure.
I suppose it depends on just follow me. How crowded is the inn right now?
Yeah, as you go downstairs, you see a few city guard standing next to a pile of metal in the corner of the inn. Both of you would instantly remember that this is where Anchor was standing when you got back in his weird robot rest. Miff is speaking in hushed tones with them. And when he sees you come down the stairs, he says, "Oh, breakfast in your rooms this morning. Please, just let me know what you want." And he kind of stops you at the stairs.
Wait. Wait. It is.
What happened?
We don't.
What happened?
That's our friend. What are they doing? What happened?
You see him kind of look back at the group and look back at you all. We're not really sure. The door was, well, the lock was broken when I got back this morning, and I just found him like that. And you watch as one of the guards that was blocking your view kind of moves away and heads out the door, seemingly on a mission from another guard that's standing there. And you just see the cloaks, the anchor, the chain, and all the metal pieces that make up Anchor's body just piled onto the ground in a clump.
I would normally make a medicine check, but I feel like Anchor's not a body, so I feel like I'm doing an investigation to see what happened.
Yeah, Miff is very strongly not letting you off the stairs, so I would need you to give me some kind of athletics check to get around him, and only then would you be able to do like an up close.
Can I
help her with that by going after the bartender?
That is Miff. What are you trying to do to him?
Yeah, I'd be like, what do you mean take our food in our room? Like, were you not going to tell us? You can't just tell us when your friend is just found dead in the room in the bar in the first thing in the morning. What were you going to do? You're just going to pass this off because it hurts your bar reputation? And let us sleep when you found this happen? Why didn't you get us immediately?
Yeah, okay, I'm going to roll a check for Miff, and I'm also needing... let's see. Give me a I mean, Zibba's not really performing. She's not really in on it. She's just upset, right?
Intimidation?
Yeah. I could say intimidation, maybe.
Yeah, give me
And
intimidation.
she's angry a little bit.
Oh, so I'm not necessarily we do it right now, but apparently there is a rule in the
That's an 18.
oh dang. Well, especially not now. But yeah, there is apparently a rule. I think in the Dungeon Masters or the players that you can like change modifiers if the DM allows it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He sees right through your intimidation roll.
Dang.
With a 24.
He sees an upset child.
He literally just sees an upset child, as you've just said, Avis. He puts his hands on your shoulders, still distracted enough. Livy, give me a stealth check. It's not a high save, but just trying as you try to sneak around Miff now that Zibba yeah, that's fine. You're able to get around him down the stairs, but there are still a few guards standing in front of Anchor's body parts on the ground that you will have to convince or wait till they move or just try to look around.
Yeah, Livy's just gonna walk right up to them and be like, that Warforge was my friend. Can I see him?
Not much to see here, sir. Just the parts. Not really sure what happened to the soul. Seems to have been taken somehow.
It is one. Can I may have, he may have be missing something that I am aware he had as someone who knew him. So can I?
Yeah. And he steps aside.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna roll an investigation.
Yeah, you can re-roll. You don't have to keep that 9.
Yeah, that 9. I was hoping you would let me. That's much better. That's a 20.
Yeah. Are you looking for something specifically?
I am looking for, because he's a pretty powerful dude. So like whatever like took him out, like there had like a way that like either something, maybe like he was like a fight or like something like that, like any kind of evidence to see how this happened or if there was anything taken.
Yeah. You search the body. There's no gold on him, but you do remember the exchange from the night prior where Leofrich tried to give him some gold and he said no and gave it back to him. All of his clothes seem to be there. His anchor is still there. The chain is still there. All as far as you can understand, not being a tinkerer or, a builder of Warforged yourself, all of the pieces seem to be there. But what you do notice is the glowing eye hole that Anchor had. It has this black fog encrusted through the inside of it. And Livy, give me an intelligence check.
I'm good at those.
Yeah.
Great!
I have brains.
Nice.
22!
Yeah, Livy, you will remember, maybe not from interacting with Anchor, because you did sleep together on your travels from Synthgrab with Zibba and Leofrich.
Well, that's a sentence.
Here. But I missed it. I don't know what I said.
We slept together.
Interesting. Yeah, but I think that Livy would still know that Anchor in his Centurion's Rest is actually quite vulnerable. You actively remember him putting his back to the wall, facing inside the room. And you would know that he could only see inside the room at that time. If someone quietly broke the lock on the door and snuck in, and he wasn't able to perceive them, they could very quickly do something with very powerful mechanisms or magic to make this happen to him.
Can I do a quick insight on the guards to see if, like, I don't know, like, to see if they're corrupt, I guess?
Mm-hmm.
See if they actually give a shit about,
Would they give a shit about our workforce?
Damn.
Though?
Oh my-
Isn't that like
Holy shit! That's a nat 20.
I guess we'll find out.
None of my other rolls are gonna be good, listener. This is it. This is peak. I did it.
Peeking this
I
early?
peaked hard. I peaked fast.
We're less than an hour into session, listener. So Livy, with your natural 20 insight, you discern that the city guard are really just doing the process and procedures that they know they need to be doing to essentially report and work on passing this to some sort of investigative team to solve the crime. They don't seem to have any sway or personal agenda with all of this. It's genuinely just them doing their jobs.
Okay, I was more like,
Mm-hmm.
because I am kind of worried about the church. I was kind of like wondering, like, if I could, like, maybe see on them if either of them look like they're, being bought off by the church.
I would say with a natural 20,
Without
you do notice that under the kind of loosely tied tunic of one of the city guards is peeking out of his chest a small tattoo that looks to be the common black cat sigil of the Church of Mysteria. He's still just doing his job, but he does look a little more disheveled, and you do see this underneath his clothing.
bribery and stocking uniform? Two strikes.
Where's
And
the
I don't-
starch?
think that I don't think I'm going to mention it to them. Just because that makes me be like, if this has anything to do with the fact that we're investigating the church, I don't want to let anyone know we're onto them.
Yeah. What is Zibba saying to Miff as Miff kind of grabs her shoulders and tries to get her to calm down, Levy skirting around the outside and heading to speak with the guards?
I'm just gonna keep him from touching her.
Yeah.
Can I roll something for that?
You can just back away. That's fine.
Yeah. No, yeah, Zibba's really gonna back away. Like, don't touch me. You clearly don't actually care. You never even wanted to inform us in the first place. And she's just getting more and more worked up as this guy.
I didn't, okay, do you want to go see the horses?
Horses? My friend is now dead, and I don't know how to explain this to Leo Frank, who's gonna think it's my fault somehow.
Oh, your friend,
and
he already came down. I told him first. I wasn't sure how close all of you were.
And you told him it's my fault?
I didn't tell him it was anyone's fault. No one knows what's going on here. And you can see him getting a little upset and flustered as well. He starts rubbing his stump kind of where the rest of the arm may be, and kind of itching his eyebrows. I just, do you want some pancakes?
You sound kind of good. She's crying.
Okay, Clara! And he calls across the room, and Clara comes over. Can we get some pancakes for young Zibba here? And Clara just nods. You see her head behind the bar to start kind of making up the mix and head towards the fire to heat the pan.
She's still gonna kind of turn to Miff, kind of like just lost, and be like, but I never even won our competition. It's not fair if he's not here to finish the game.
Did you have? Maybe you can continue. You know, we had that whole conversation about souls. His soul isn't here, which means, he's just a broken thing of parts, and his soul really makes him who he is. So there's a chance you could still find him.
Do you think he did that just to get a head start, and so
what
I
are
wouldn't
you
know
trying
if
to
I
win?
was winning or not? Well, we had this game going with, one of them. The other, I don't know if the other ones even liked me, but the one of them we would see who could hit the hardest, and I thought I was winning, but now I don't know, and I lost track, and now he's not here, and I don't who's gonna keep me going now. She doesn't even know what she's saying at this point. She's just woke up.
Well, I do have some fresh coffee made. Can you want to help me go get some eggs from the coop out back? Are these
She's
pancakes?
like 3. She can't have coffee.
Yeah, let's put this preteen on coffee.
I think that's why
I think it's a great idea.
Like, he knows that would be like a special treat for Zibba.
Yeah. Oh no, she's definitely gonna go coffee.
Yeah.
Like the adult drink. Because I'm an adult.
You
I can
sure
drink
are.
that,
Mhm.
of course. And I'm also really good at getting eggs. I used to do that a lot. I can do that. And she's just gonna walk off because she's like kind of lost and doesn't really know what to do in any little direction. She's just gonna
you
kinda go
walk
with,
through the door. You notice that the lock is very broken, and even the wood around the lock is kind of just busted off. And you find the chicken coop out back by the stable where you slept the first night, so you know where it is. It's pretty easy to find.
Yeah. I'll be honest, she's probably not looking at much of the details. She's just kind of like keep one thought in mind.
Listen, if you are new to podcasting and you're looking to get into it, Anchor is the way to go. Anchor is a free podcasting platform. It allows you to edit, record, upload, add music, completely all-in-one tool. Not only that, but it distributes your podcast across all platforms and has no minimum listenership to allow you to start gaining ad revenue. If you are new to podcasts and are looking to get your podcast out there, I definitely recommend Anchor. You can download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. All right, Livy.
Okay. So yeah, he'll give a statement, like basically being like nothing else was taken, and avoid the fact that it has to be a very powerful person to have done this. But he'll say, yeah, my friend's back was probably turned, and blah 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 blah. He'll glance a little bit, make sure Zibba's okay, and be a little shocked she's gone, but also see that Marquib's gone, so he's like, he assumes they just went off together, or Zibba accidentally killed him.
Oh my god.
Either way, that's a problem to think about later. But yeah, he's gonna have to. Yes, for some blueberries.
Clara hands you a pint of blueberries from behind the bar. You can just have these on the house today.
Thank you. Was there anyone? I know this probably is not going to help, but you are around here quite often. You work here, and you work here many days.
Yes, I
Were
was
you here
yesterday.
Oh, sorry, I was bleeding out
You're
very
looking
heavily
quite well
yesterday, and
today.
I didn't notice a lot of people. My beauty sleep. Anyway, did you notice anyone staring at our good Warforged friend? I don't know how useful that question is, because he is a Warforged.
We were very busy last night and early in the day. I remember you all coming in, and then I remember him standing in the corner, and I don't really honestly remember much else, except that when I was cleaning, I had to mop around his feet, and that he was still standing there when I left.
You, Do you often serve
Well-
adventurers
Well,
besides us?
you know, she kind of looks around the guards and at Miff to make sure that everyone's busy doing something, and Miff is kind of poking at the fire to stoke it a bit and get the pans hot. And the guards are speaking to one another and moving in and out of the bar. Well, there's this group in town that has been trying to recruit me. And K-Paw actually was seen in here with someone from that group about 3 weeks ago. A red dragonborn. His name is Gahesh. And they would always come in here with blueprints and papers, and they seemed very well armed and very capable. They kept asking if I wanted to learn more, or, I expressed a little bit of interest in some of their papers about ancient gods, and it just never went farther than that. They haven't been in since, well, honestly, since Oetta said K-Paw went missing.
Do you remember if they mentioned if they were going anywhere last time?
It seemed like they just
where their last
operated here
location was?
in the city. They were always talking about streets and peoples here. At least, I try not to listen, but sometimes you catch the off word when you set down some drinks.
Alright, thank you. I also mentioned Rigby's friend that he told us to check on is gone out for a while. Tell him that
his
exactly.
friend that you went to check on has gone out for a while. Oh, okay. And she grabs a piece of paper off the bar and writes it down. Okay. You see that the batter is fully made, and she's just waiting for the eggs, and you look over as Zibba comes back with some eggs just in her shirt, since she didn't take like a basket or a bowl or anything with her.
Oh, she did not.
Who needs baskets?
I'll be honest, there's probably like tears going down her face. She's just like,
thank you so much, Zibba. Do you want to help me? I need 4 of them in here.
Yeah, but
it's okay. They're just for us. They're just for us.
She just starts mindlessly like breaking them and putting them in, and I think you have to stop her on the 5th.
Yeah, give me one sleight of hand check. We'll see how good Zibba is at cracking these eggs. Oh shit!
She's very good.
Oh my god!
It's so good that maybe she gets that 5th egg
Zibba's a
before you
god.
stop her. That's a nat 20 for 23.
Yeah, I think she does get the 5th egg in there before Clara can stop her. she grabs her hand.
The 6th one?
Okay. I think that's one too many, but this is very good. There's no shells at all, so no worries. And she mixes them into the batter. All right, I'm going to leave you 2 here. If you would like to head up to your room, that is what the guards would like. You're okay if you just stay on this end of the bar, I think. And she heads over to the fire and starts pouring some of the batter into a hot pan to make pancakes.
I think someone's gonna look up at her and be like, "Well, where will they be taking his parts? What if he needs them later? If his soul comes back?"
I think that they will probably take this metal and cloth and wiring and keep it at the fucking words. God guard place. The place where the guards live. The garrison. They'll probably take it over to the garrison outside the northwest part of town.
And so if he needs
Yes,
it, they'll give
if
it
they
back?
find his soul, they will definitely give it back. Although I don't think it's in any condition for a soul to live in right now. It definitely would need to be rebuilt. And when Leofrich woke up, your other friend, he was very distraught and was muttering about my Shiria and how he's not a tinkerer. Went right back upstairs and slammed his door very hard. And I have tried to bring him some coffee and some breakfast, and I just hear muttering from behind the door.
Fine, if he's not gonna be any help, I guess we'll have to. Livy, you said we're going on an adventure. Let's go.
Yes. I will get up and knock on his door. And
Livy's like angrily going to the
Yeah.
room and shoving all her stuff in bags.
who?
Oh, sorry, Zibba. We're becoming one person.
So she didn't enter, and I'm
you
so
both head
mad.
back upstairs. Libby, as you knock on the door, it's just as Clara said. The door is never answered, but you do hear footsteps and muttering that sound to be like prayers from Leofrich's room.
We are going to try to find Anchor.
Yes, I'm trying to find him myself as well. Go away. He says from inside the room.
Cool. We're leaving. We discovered that your church may be corrupt. We'll talk about it
You hear
later.
the footprints. The footsteps stop.
Yeah, he's already downstairs.
Rob's the time bomb.
You see Keg at the bar heckling Clara for milk. And Clara gets him this huge bowl of milk. He just kind of nods at you both and doesn't say anything. And you see him just walking slowly up the stairs with this bowl of milk, his tail kind of flipping back and forth up the stairs as he goes. You get the impression that he's very excited about these puppies.
I forgot about the puppies. I forget about the puppies. Well, that's a young middle schooler's mind right there for you. They
Yeah.
desperately ask for a dog and then don't want to take care of it.
Yeah, no. There I was gonna be like, we should take one, the one that Zibba owns, but also it's a puppy and it needs constant care. So we're just gonna
By the time you make it back downstairs, you see that the pieces of Anchor have been put into some kind of magical leather bag, and they are walking out the door.
Alright. Zibba, I may have gotten a lead on our K-Pay girl.
Well, let's go. If guards aren't gonna do about it, the bartenders aren't gonna do about it, Mashira's not gonna do anything, we're gonna do something about it. Shucks.
What do you want the bartender? What do you want them to do? What do you want her to do about
I
it?
don't know. All my life I thought we had people to depend on, I thought that, if my parents can help me, that my Shiri could help me, that the church could help me, and now it seems like no one's willing to help, and my own friends are dying, and I don't know, but I just want to be able to do something. She angrily
Alright,
wipes
then.
her eyes a little bit and goes, and we're gonna do it now, so I don't care what this lead is, but we're getting out here, we're doing something. And then just stomps towards the door in no direction, unless Livy tries to stop her.
Zibba, wrong direction. Wait, Zibba.
What now?
I was thinking we go to the they are adventurers, so I was thinking we try to find. Is there an adventuring guild or I feel like there has to be
So,
some
Livy,
place that like
you
knows where
are
adventurers
from
are.
here. You grew up here. You have lived here. You went to school here. You only left Florencia after the dream that you had to find Zibba, which was maybe a month ago. S-
Actually, he left before that.
Gotcha.
He
Scandals.
was camping.
So, how long ago
He
did
was
you
like
leave
trying to find
Florencia?
information on his own, but not that long
Okay.
at all. Like
Still
it was like
within the range
two
of what I'm
months ago.
thinking. So, give me a history check, Mr. Lorebard.
Oh god. Maybe I'll be able to.
Yeah.
22.
All right.
Yep.
So
we
with
done
the
did that.
22, you have heard of this. You have, it's part of your research on your whole collegiate career of like trying to figure out where Mysteria came from, what the fuck this was all about, why everyone just blindly follows her. And you heard murmurings of a group of individuals who were working underground in the city, helping people that were experiencing things that seemed a little weird or seemed a little, off in regards to Mysteria and the church. And the name pops into your mind, and it's called the Carousel Court.
Carousel Court.
You don't know where they work out of, and you don't know anyone exactly in them, in the organization. Although you did just glean this information about a red dragonborn named Gahesh, but you do know the name.
All right. There are a group of individuals called Carousel Court. It is unfortunate I never had interaction with them. I only heard a little bit about them, but it seems they're a little more popular now. We shall try to. I think we should head back to the derelict church and try to talk to people around there and ask if they've seen these individuals in the Dragonborn
Gahesh.
leader. Who was his name again? Sorry.
Ghesh.
If we find this Gahesh, will it bring our friend back?
It maybe. Right now, all I know is that whoever capacitated our good friend Inker was able to be extremely quiet, and they were able to completely destroy a lock quietly. So it may have been magic.
Well, magic or not, it'll still hurt when I hit them. I start stomping out the door again.
Right. So I vote we go there.
She's walking out. She doesn't know where she's going, but she's leaving.
Do you know where? Zibba.
All right, so you all head
Very
back to the
silly girl.
temple. It is.
Yeah, I think.
Just huffing every time she has to stop.
It is a
for
bright,
Livy.
sunny spring morning. The trees in town are starting to bloom and blossom, and it's a huge juxtaposition to your prior evening and your morning and the overall mood. But people all around you are just buzzing and happy. You see carts of fresh berries, like the blueberries that you have been getting from the tavern, Livy. And Zibba, you even see some, popular spring farm ingredients that remind you a little bit of home as you're walking towards the temple. What would you like to do there?
Basically, I'm going to try to go towards any homes that might be near there, and ask around, ask if they've seen these individuals. Because I'm assuming that if what Livy would do if he was trying to investigate something would go to the people nearest who could have possibly seen something and ask them what's up. And if they're investigating the same thing he is, they might be thinking similar things.
Livy, I will say, you have a very angry-looking Avor child with you. If you don't say anything about that attitude, she will be death glaring everyone we talk to.
That's good.
Okay.
Passive intimidation.
Sure, that's good. Passive intimidation. Yes.
Yeah. Don't actively,
What do you mean?
do not threaten anyone actively, but continue to glare.
I'm not gonna say anything to mess it up, okay? But it's like,
No,
if they're not talking.
I'm saying you're doing a great. I'm saying you're doing a great job.
All right, so there are about 10 different doors facing the temple. Some of them are businesses, and a few of them are homes. Any of them stand out to you?
I would, if I was investigating anything, I would do the business first, just to avoid inconveniencing anyone, and then I would do probably the nearest home,
Cool.
in case they woke up.
Yeah, so you head across the square
That's
to
what I
the
would
back of the church to this large business here. And you see it's a huge storefront, windows everywhere, and it is the general store. Livy, you would know this, and Zibba would also know this because it's a chain of general stores that are found throughout Ebkenor that are all owned by the same family. And as you open the door, you just see shelves of goods, dried fish, clothing, ropes, all the kind of random assortment of things that general stores carry. And a small halfling comes out from the back, and he says, "What's up? I'm Steve Pimpleton, Pimpleton Brothers General Store. How can I help you?"
Hello, Mr. Pimbleton, or Steve, whatever you prefer. We are trying to look for someone. Have you seen a red dragonborn that goes by the name of Yesh, or any of this group? They were wearing blue, right? Like, I remember your description
the
of them
Carousel
correctly.
Court. I don't think I said they were wearing a color.
Yeah, the carousel.
Yeah.
Okay. Or anyone going in the carousel court? Did anyone come and ask you questions by these people? They probably were asking about what happened with the church, and we will not be
kind of
asking
looks
that,
around.
But
I'm not at liberty to say anything that has to do with that church.
oh no, we're not asking about the church. We're asking about people asking about the church. You don't have to tell us anything about that. People who are not members of the church, who maybe you had to tell the same thing.
I mean, I don't know anything about a carousel. What carousel court? Is that what you said?
Yeah, people who might have introduced them as such, or a red dragonborn who might have introduced himself by the name of Yesh.
I see a lot of red dragonborns in here. I can check the ledger. And he goes to the back behind the desk and pulls out a handwritten ledger of all the purchase items, the cost, and the name of the people who've bought them. He says, "Oh, yes, about 3 days ago, I sold some rope and some rations to a Gahesh. Yep.
But he's also an adventurer. Did you happen to hear where he might be going?
He was a very quiet fellow. He scared me on more than one occasion. He seemed to kind of fit into the shadows in some kind of way. I didn't ask him, and he didn't ask me any questions.
But why not?
Yep.
Zibba kind of bites her lip at this and remembers she's not supposed to
I
snap.
don't know. We're all just trying to live our lives and not worry too much about this temple stuff. Leave that all to the church and whatnot. Can I help you buy anything? Are you in need of any goods?
We will have a look around. And he will, just mostly for appearances. But he also remembers that ledger and doesn't want to be recorded in that ledger. So he'll think the nice shopkeep Pensbrook? Sean Pensbrook.
Steve Pimpleton.
I'm very bad with
nice
names.
to meet you. You ever need any goods?
Steve
I'm
Pimpleton.
here for you every day.
Steve Pimple.
Sunrise to sunset.
Okay, Steve. Gotcha, Steve. Not
In the journal it goes.
All right. Both of you give me
Steve
a
Pimple.
perception check.
Ah, come on! It makes me
Perfect.
so uneasy.
That's a 3.
Oh, jeez.
It'll get there.
All I'm thinking about is his very funny name, which is Pimple.
She's
Oh,
like,
shit.
trying really hard to figure out how to spell it.
Zibba is mean mugging, staring around like a 12-year-old child pouting wood. And got an 18 on her perception check. And as
It's all
you
like glaring at people.
are
She's seeing
glaring,
things.
you happen to look up at the roof of the temple. And you see a red tail descending down a chimney.
She's gonna take off running.
That's a wrap. Thank you so much for listening. Please be sure to comment, subscribe, leave a review if you can on the platform that you are on. Your support is very, very helpful for us. Tell your friends. I hope you're enjoying the story. We are very much enjoying creating it. We are looking for a little bit more Patreon support. So we have an active Patreon page. It gives you access to our Discord community as well as some special perks coming up along with everything that you can find on the page now. Behind the scenes content, battle maps, behind the DM screen. You get access to all the lore books, behind the scenes info on the characters, all of that good stuff, as well as a monthly Q&A with the players. We are hoping to reach $100. It's such a small goal. So if you like the podcast, you're enjoying, please, please, please subscribe to our Patreon. Help us meet that $100 goal. And maybe I'll get some players some better microphones. Thank you so much. Intro, outro music by Nolan Clock. Edited and produced by myself, Mystic Musings, aka Sierra. I hope you have a fantastic day.